Hello, hello. This is Tom from Tom and Ruth Philippine Adventure. Today I was thinking about something. What do I wanted to talk about something. Experiences living here in the Philippines. You know what? All of us have had some experiences living here in the Philippines. Some guys really experience a lot more. They travel around, do more things. But for me, I'm just going to give you a few things that's happened to me, and I'll give you some ideas that maybe I can help you with experiences. Make sure the number one thing is when you come here, you have an exit strategy in case, you know, you get your girlfriend and things don't work out and you can get it back to the United States, because most of the time you'll get round trip tickets anyway. But here's some points. Don't be boastful. Don't be loud and boastful. Filipino don't like someone that's loud and boastful, someone to be exuberant and things like that. And sometimes being from north in the United States, sometimes you just get loud by accident, or you get loud in general, and sometimes you really don't realize that that you're talking loud. It's just normal atmosphere. I know for me, my mother and father were very quiet, but the environment that I was in the future of my life, I had to be loud and over talk some of the people. But anyway, just don't be loud, don't be boastful, things like that. Don't tell what you have. Don't tell you what you're going to buy. Don't go saying what you're going to do, this, that, and that. It's always best to be quiet and be humble. Just be humble. Filipino do not like anybody that's boastful. You're going to get hit a lot of scams. You're going to get a lot of people asking you for money. You're going to get a lot of people asking you to help them build a farm, a pig farm, chickens, to raise certain things and things like that. You're going to have, say, I want cows, I want to do caribou, I want to do things like that. And you will be hit up a lot on that, quite a bit more than you think that you might or might not. It may or may not be from the family. You may not get hit up from the family itself, but you may get hit up from friends and neighbors and things like that. And don't be surprised if a neighbor comes and says, I got a great opportunity. Maybe you think, maybe if you have time, you would think you could help me doing this opportunity. And a lot of times it's something that you already have the land, or they want to enhance the land, or want to do something like that. But be prepared if you give out something, whatever that is, you be prepared to not getting it back. Not saying that they won't give it back. It's just it's so hard unless you make some kind of arrangement with some kind of attorney and land, and they put up collateral or something like that. And that's what I would do. Always make sure you do your due diligence and make sure they put up land or property or something like that if you give them any money. And make sure before you purchase anything you have a deed or title on the property. You want to make sure it's kind of free and clear. And it's not a bad idea to go check out the ROD and find out how many taxes is due on that property. Because if you buy it and you go to register the land and the property, you may find that there's taxes that's due on that property that they never paid. And you'd be surprised that they may have never paid. And you may owe, you know, thousands of US dollars. Here in some cases, depending on where the land is and how close it is to highway and things like that, property values increased. Even in the mountains, guys, you'd be surprised how much things can mount up really fast. And even if it's a peso situation, you guys know as well as I do, if somebody says, oh, it's just 100,000 peso, well, you know, that's 2,000 US dollars. So just be prepared, you check that out. Also, do not walk. Don't start a routine. Areas change all the time. You run or walk early in the morning, or biking in the morning, or bicycling or walking in the morning, early in the morning, late in the afternoon. Make sure you have someone with you. Make sure you have someone, meaning your wife or partner or buddy or friend or somebody, a neighbor or a couple of neighbors, run with you every morning. It's not just one person running. Because so many times people set out early in the morning, they just see opportunities. Not saying, it's just sometimes people want what you have, and it's not that Their intent was that way, but their intent could be that way at that moment. So you just don't really realize. So just be aware that you're not in the United States. You are a guest here, and you got to treat with respect and honor, and don't get that safe security feeling of safety and security sometimes, that you may be thinking, oh, it's okay, I'll run in the morning, I'll walk around here all the time and everything's fine. Well, you know, it's at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning where you're running and you're getting your exercise, you're doing a good job, and you've been doing it for 2 years and everything's fine and dandy. It's that one morning that the neighbor comes out and he's irritable and he's crabby and whatever. So just expect the unexpected. Sanitation, pick up garbage and things like that. They're starting to increase that a lot here, and actually picking up a lot of the garbage. They're doing a better job at it. You go in some cities, it's really clean, like Davao, and even CDO's cleaned up a lot. There's a lot of cities here, it's really clean. I have to tell you, it's really clean. I mean, it's anywhere perfect, you know, but it's pretty clean. And not only sanitation, it gets into you know, drinking water. Make sure you use bottled water. Then it gets into the animals, you know, sanitation of the animals and things like that. Now they're starting to pick up a lot of the stray dogs and animals that's out there that's been walking around the streets forever, and they have the puppies and the kittens and everything, and they're starting to clean that up. So anybody has a dog, they're going to eventually be required to keep them on a leash, or they're going to be gone. And we just discussed before many times on, you know, the water. I just mentioned it earlier. Water is very important. Just make sure that you have ample supply in case of water outages. Depending on where you live and depending on where you're going to rent, make sure you check, make sure you have water. I've had it where I had no water, had it where it was fine for 6 months, and then all of a sudden no water from 8 in the morning to 6 at night. Sometimes Chichi be up at midnight doing laundry because that was the only time we could get water. Not here in town. So it's just things that these thoughts that I just happened to come up with in a short period of time here as I was sitting in the chair, and I got to thinking about it, and I said I need to do something about some of the experiences. So just be prepared for some of that stuff, because and if you rent, make sure you do your due diligence in renting. And of course, the most important thing, when you do come here, make sure, like I said, you have some type of exit strategy. Buy some travel insurance. If you don't have insurance, get a cheap policy from a company. That way, if something happens, you do get sick or something happens, say wherever snorkeling or something happens, an accident, you have some type of insurance to help maintain you while you're here for the short 1, 2, 3, 4 week stay, or however long you're going to stay. So that happens a lot, guys. So I'm just giving some points out. And I want to thank everybody for watching, and I want to thank everybody for subscribing, and please hit like.